Hey, what is up YouTube? Welcome to the Custom Adventurous. So today I'll be comparing the PowerBeats Pro to a identical clone. Alright, so I have a second pair of these and I'll be doing a giveaway very soon. 1 week from the launch of this video. Instructions to enter will be in the description. Alright, so I'll be comparing these with the CA scoring method 2.0. Alright, getting right into the packaging of the two. The packaging looks almost identical at a glance, but when you go deeper into the details you find the differences. For example, the image of the headphones. The image is slightly different tint and the image is completely flat, where on the clone there's a little bubble where the headphones are. Now for the left side of the box, there's a Beats logo on the top and all the specs are the same, but there is Chinese text below that. I'm not sure if that's how they are made in China, but that is how this one compares to the original from the United States. On the right side, they are exactly the same as the original. The back of the box is completely the same, but the clones have the same Chinese text below the main text. On the bottom, they are the same, but the text is more white than the ones on the clone. For the top little plastic thing, it is a lot cheaper than the one on the original. Removing the top of the box, I'll note that the original comes off much smoother than the clone. The box underneath for the clone is a slightly different tone to it, and it also doesn't have the Beats logo on the front. Removing that part of the box, the original comes off much smoother than the clone. Also, the box on the original is half as big as the one on the clone. Also, the PowerBeats are sticking out for the original. Removing both of those, beneath that there's a lightning charging cable and extra ear tips. Also, there's a manual in there too, but I definitely would say the packaging for the original Beats is much cleaner. Now for the design of the case. Looking at the two side by side, they look almost identical, but there are a few details that aren't exactly the same. For example, the Beats logo on the top seems slightly more rough around the edges than the one on the original. The case feels slightly cheaper than the original. I think the main thing to blame for that is the clones weigh slightly less than the original. The original weighs 130 grams and the clones weigh 122 grams. The back area around the hinge looks very similar. They have the same charging method. Also, the LED in the front looks exactly the same as the original. For the lid, it isn't as satisfying as the original. It just doesn't have the same snap as the original. Also, for some reason, the lid doesn't fully shut just like the original. The inside of the case is completely identical. For both there's a button front and center, and the headphones sit in the exact same place. They even have the same sticker on the other side of the lid. Alright, now for the design of the headphones. They both pretty much have the exact same shape, and at a glance you couldn't tell a difference one bit. But when you look into the minor details, you find some differences. The first thing that I noticed was the Beats logo. On the clones, the logo is like indented into the plastic, where on the original is completely flush to the surface. Also, the seams between the varying plastic seem to be less smooth than the original. Also, the sensor part of the clone isn't as shiny and clean looking as the original. They both have the same exact charging contact points, and overall they are pretty much identical. Now for the price of the headphones. The Beats Pro come in at $200 to $250. The clones come in at $79.99. So the original cost 2.5 times more than the clones. Now for the audio quality of the headphones. After listening to them for a while, here is the conclusion that I came to. They both sound pretty good, but personally the originals sound better to me. Mainly because they just sound more clear and are just all around more balanced. The clones are a little bit more muffled and don't have as clear of sound. Now for the battery life. The originals can get around 9 hours of audio playback with an extra 24 hours with the case. The clones can get around 5 hours of audio playback with an extra 18 hours with the case. Now for the connectivity. Alright, so now I'll be showing the pairing processes between the two headphones. And yeah, let's get started. Alright, so these are the originals and we'll be seeing how they pair. So you open the case, you can press the button down. And just like that. Connect. Boom. Those are connected. Now for the clones. Whoa. There we go. Now we will be testing the pairing speeds. Alright, and try again. Okay. And last time. Boom. Alright, now for the clones. Alright. Alright. There we go. Alright, so now I'll be testing the connectivity between the two PowerBeats Pros. Let's see how far both of them can get from the phone before they start disconnecting. And yeah, let's do it. Now for the mic quality. Alright, so in my ears are the PowerBeats Pros, and this is the mic quality you can expect from these. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I hope they sound pretty good. They're just in my ears as if I'd be on a phone call or anything like that. So, testing, 1, 2, 3. I will also be doing the crowd sound in the background with the speaker, and we'll see how they do with that kind of background. So start that. Alright, so now I'm still talking the Beats Pros, and this is my quality you expect from them. I just have my speaker going on in the background, and I have a crowd noise, and hopefully you can hear it pretty well. You can hear my voice still, and not too much the crowd, and yeah. Alright, so now I have the PowerBeats Pro clones in my ears right now, and this is my quality you expect from them. I hope they sound pretty good. I'm just talking normal, as if I'd be like on a phone call, or anything like that. Now, I will also be doing the stadium crowd noise in the background to see how it reacts to that. And we can start that right now. Alright, so now I have the stadium background noise in the back, and this is my quality you expect from them. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I hope they don't sound horrible, and they can hear me pretty well. And yeah, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Alright, these are the clone PowerBeats Pro. Now for the features and cool things. They both connect automatically when you pull them out of the case. They both have lightning charging. Both have little rings that go around your ears so it makes it stay in your ear better. Both of them are in ears, so they both have good noise cancelling. They both do have little volume rockers on the top part of the headphones. You can turn the volume up and down using them. For the originals, the touch functions are single tap either side to play or pause the music, double tap either side to go to the next song, triple tap either side to go to the previous song, press and hold either side to call up Siri. For the clones, they have the exact same touch features as the original, but I would say their clickiness in the button is a bit more obnoxious than the original. Now for my personal experience. Alright, so after using the two side by side for the past few days, this is the conclusion that I came to. You get what you pay for. They're cheaper, they don't sound quite as good, and they just aren't quite as good as the original, but they still are pretty good. They sound decent. They have the good connectivity, and the case it's got that look you want. So if you want that Beats look with the PowerBeats Pros, I think it's definitely worth checking out. Alright, make sure to subscribe, and be sure to check out the description so you can enter in the giveaway. And yeah, make sure to subscribe, and peace.